Hello and welcome back to Gearhead Geeks, where in this video we're going to be talking about tools, but in a completely different way. What this is about is a couple days ago I went with a friend of mine to go pick up a motorcycle for a project for him, and to pick up a motorcycle for me, and that'll be in an upcoming video of a project. But while we were picking up the motorcycle for him, it was kind of an estate sale that was the son-in-law was just kind of selling off the guy's stuff and he was a machinist and whatnot. So and that motorcycle for my friend was part of that, and it was a really good TS-125. It's going to be dynamite. But anyway, the guy goes, kind of look around in here and see if there's anything you like. And I noticed a basket and another box stacked on top of it, that looked like it had some tools in it. And I dug around a little bit and I saw, it's some sockets and yada yada. And I thought, well, whatever. And I go, how much do you want for that? And he goes, well, make me an offer. And I thought, I don't think I'm going to do that. So anyway, after signing some paperwork, I asked the guy again, what do you think? And I go, why don't you just tell me what you think it's worth and we'll go from there. And he goes, $30. And I go, sold. So I bought $30 worth of baskets here. And what we have here is about 130, maybe 150 pounds of stuff in this one. This thing is close to 100 pounds, but there's a bunch of boxes in here, so we don't know what we're going to get. This one's got some sockets in it. I can see those, and I see some ratchets. I don't know what I've got. I have no clue. I haven't looked through it because I wanted to share that with you guys. So what we're going to do here is we are going to dissect these. We'll lay them out and we'll see what we got, and we'll go through this adventure together. So with all that being said, I will move everything over and move the camera so that we can see it, and we'll just start taking apart these boxes. Now I do know that in this top box there's just some parts. I don't know what the parts are. Who knows? We may just have a bunch of junk in here that weighs a whole lot and it's not worth anything. But anyway, we'll see what it is, and as we unpack it, again, we'll see what it is. We'll unpack it and we'll go through it together, and you can see what I see. Okay, so starting on the little box first. What I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take out this little top box. I don't know what's underneath there. There's a whole bunch of parts boxes underneath, so there's not going to be much going on inside this, which is a shame, but we'll see. The first thing is some sockets, okay? This seems to be a mixed bag. These look like American. So we have a 7/16 Power Craft, and the next one a 1/2 inch, and this is a SK Wayne. That's not bad. 1/2 inch drive SK Wayne. The next one is a 9/16 Blackhawk. The next one is a, can't tell what it is, SK. So that's pretty good. And this next one is a 3/4 inch Williams, which is another good tool. Williams are good tools. This next one is a ProMate 7/8 made in Taiwan. It's probably not one of your greater tools. This is a very, very old Craftsman. There's a really old logo on that. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but that's a really, really old Craftsman. That thing's pretty cool. Okay, And the next one is a Eastco. I've never heard of that one. And lastly on this rack is a 1 1/8 Sparta. Made in USA, but never even heard of Sparta before. Okay, so that's the first thing. Now we have a little tiny thing of what 1/4-inch drive. Well, wait a minute. Here we have a Snap-on 7/16 6-point. Sweet, sweet, sweet. We'll put that in a thing over here. Then we have a ProMate 7/16 6-point. Well, these will be good ones. These will be the junkier versions. These are the things here. They're pretty dirty from rebuilding. What else do we have? We have a Craftsman, which is a reasonable socket, 3/8, 12-point. And this is a, what do we have this? I can't hardly read it. 3/8, made in USA. Popular. Okay. Don't know what that is. And here's a Craftsman. I'm not going to read all the sizes of it. We'll just see we got Craftsman and other stuff. This is all made in USA though. Another one of those from that set. We'll see what this is. I don't know there's much else interesting in here. $8mm Stanley. $5mm Craftsman. Craftsman 5mm. And what do we have? SK. Now we'll put that in a good pile. And another Pro something. And what do we have here? Well, I'm saying what these are. SK. Seems to have had a bunch of SK stuff. This is a Taiwan something or other. And another, not sure what it is. And we'll just get this sorted. Another SK. And some sort of rusty 6mm, no name. This is a Craftsman. And another Craftsman. And we'll make sets out of them. This is just a discovery. Craftsman. Get this done. You don't want to watch all of this. Craftsman. Another Craftsman. And lastly, the last socket out of this whole mess is a, I don't know what that is. Craftsman. Okay, so that's some junk and more junk. Okay, this is an I believe an Ace Hansen, because it looks exactly like that, die holder. This is cool stuff. This is a good tool. Very good tool. Okay. I don't know, some sort of weird pliers. It's got a pretty good handle on it. They're spring loaded, although the spring's kind of off of this one. But some little grabbers. That's kind of cool. So that's kind of a plier thing. What do we have here? I don't know what this is, but it looks like it's been used a lot, and I'm not sure what it is, what it's for anyway. I'll have to look that up. And another one, kind of just like it, but newer. I'm sure I'll find some use for it. And we have a set of no-name pliers. Some junky, yeah, no name on them at all. So, yeah, we know what that's all about. Okay, we'll keep on going, and we have a breaker bar, and it is a Blue Point. That's good stuff. Again, here we are with, you know, every now and again you come up with something good. That's it. Blue Point's a good one. That's a Snap-on company. Okay, what do we have here? An extension with no name on it. Oh well, that's fine. And we have a ProMate socket, some big one. And we have some impact sockets here, and these are made in Japan, 7/8. So this is probably just some cheap set of sockets that has another. Here, we'll look at all these impacts. This is a Taiwan version of it. Another one of these hooky things. It's made by SP, I see, whatever that means. I'm not sure what these do, but there's probably some good use to them. The guy was a machinist, so it's hard saying what it is. This is a 21 millimeter deep, I don't know, PT, whatever, some sort of whatever, garbage. And, all right, well, we got some more sockets in here. Oh, this is also an Ace Hansen die holder. Perfect, that's good. What else do we have here? And again, a 7/8 socket. It's not a bad one, it's just off-brand. This is a Blackhawk. A Blackhawk ratchet. Blackhawk stuff is good stuff. This is a quality tool. It was hard to get them warrantied if they broke because the dealers were scattered around, such as SK. SK you couldn't get. They were sold in, you know, like a motorcycle shop or whatever. But it was hard to get a warranty because the motorcycle shops wouldn't warranty them. But Blackhawk is a good ratchet. I've got a couple Blackhawk ratchets. So this is another good find. We'll put that in that pile. What do we have here? We got another socket. And this is a 3/4 inch Thorson. And Thorson is also another quality tool. This is not junk. These are good tools. So we'll put that in the good pile. And we have a Pro Value ratchet. We don't care about that. And this one here is I don't know what this is. I can't see any brand name on it. It must have had something on it. It could be an early, I don't know what it is. It's got a very, very fine tooth on it, so it's probably a pretty good ratchet. It seems to work well. It's got not a lot of back drag, so this is a good toolkit ratchet. And we got a punch that says just use safety goggles, but there's no name on it, so a no name tool. That's okay. We can live with that. We got this is something I don't have. A 3/4 to 1/2 inch adapter, which, okay, that's cool. Craftsman 5/8 12 point. I might be able to make some sets out of these things. I don't know. And we also have another small, looks like Ace Hansen die holder. That's good. And this is a no-name extension. And this is a Craftsman's, no, this is a Eastco deep socket. And we have a security Torx bit, a big one, which is kind of neat because I don't think I have anything that big. You know, that's stuff for like seat belts and things like that. And we have a Craftsman, looks like this is not a number 1. This might be, this is a 0. This is a Phillips 0 head, and it's kind of covered with goop, but it looks like it's in good shape, so that's okay. Well, and we have a no-name 4.5 millimeter, just a bunch of sockets here. I'm just going to go through the no names. I'll only come up with here's a Craftsman, kind of ugly, but a Craftsman. And a no-name, so we'll put those in the no-name thing. Another Taiwan socket, no-name, Taiwan. This is a Allen. Allen's a good brand. No name. And another no name. And a Taiwan socket. These are just a cheap Taiwan set, basically all broken up. That's what it looks like. I think this, though, this is an old Craftsman bowl. And another Craftsman. And another Craftsman. And Pro something. And this is a no name. Another no name. And lastly, I think this is another no name. So we kind of emptied out that box, but we're still going for it. What do we have here? We have a ProMate junk. We have a 3/8 extension, Powercraft. Yeah, probably the same type of stuff. This looks like it might be okay. This is, I can't read it. It's engraved, and I can't read it, so I don't know what it is. It's a decent looking wrench, kind of a Snap-on copy. And we have a tap holder. This looks like some sort of cheap whatever. Well, let's go with that. And again, we have no name and anything else, a bolt. Alright, we can leave out that stuff. And this is don't know what that is. This might be, this is an SK Waring. Good. SK Waring's good stuff. This just says USA on it, so it's still no name. Doesn't mean it's good because it's made in USA. We have a Pro Value something or other. A small spark plug socket, which is good for a toolkit. No name, but still okay. Some Chizo impact. And Taiwan stuff. More Taiwan stuff. What do we have here? We have a performance wrench. Let's see if we have any good sockets in here. Now, garbage. Proto's not a bad brand. Proto is, they sold them in a lot of auto parts places and things like that. They're kind of clunky, but they're usually a pretty good tool because the auto parts places did have to honor the warranty on them. And this is I don't know, it's a no-name. Oh no, this is SK Waring. It's just hard to read. Now this is a junky Japanese one. What do we have here? We have a Master Grip. Okay. And we have a ProMate. Yeah, this whole thing of sockets is not great. But this is a Craftsman socket. We'll clean it up and make it nice. Craftsman. No name Japanese. This is a Craftsman. And this is a old Craftsman. Cool. We have a 1/2 inch universal type socket made by Plum. Plum was a pretty good, it wasn't a bad brand. This is kind of worn out, but it's kind of cool. We'll put that in there in the good pile. Here's a Proto SK. Some whatever. Oh, wait a minute. Now we have a good one. Blue Point. Yes, yes, yes. I think I need to put the Snap-on and Blue Points in their own little world over here, which we're going to do. Snap-on, Blue Point. We have a Blue Point, this guy. And we don't have a lot of Snap-on stuff here going on, but, whatever. ProMate. Thorson, another decent brand. We have an Allen driver that is a Lyle, which is just something you would find at um, uh, the auto parts stores. This is a very strange little. Oh, somebody has brazed a socket onto that one. There's a kind of a custom little tool. Let's see here. Yeah, not no name. Taiwan. No name. Taiwan. Spartan. Or yeah, Sparta. Okay, I don't know what that is. Bonnie. This is a Bonnie. Bonnies are good tools. They've always been good tools. They're just it's not tools you find in a lot, but they're really good tools. And this is another Bonnie. Oh. Taiwan. Craftsman. And to be honest, this is what I was expecting. I didn't expect it to be too much of anything, but this is well worth over $30 right there. And this is a Craftsman, I think, isn't it? Maybe not. I'm just going to start picking some of this stuff up because it's just kind of junky. No name. No name. Well, we've pretty much gotten through all the good stuff here. I can spot good stuff. And here's an old Craftsman, which is cool. We like having that stuff. And this is another, I think this is another, this looks like another Craftsman. It's USA. Can't tell what it is at the moment. I'm going to put it in the good pile. No name junk. 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 I mean, I could make about 3 sets of sockets out of these things. And I might put together a little US set, because I do have Snap-on US sets, but I don't have any kind of, I have bench tools. It's, and I'll give some of this away to my friends if they need it. And this is like it has a good name on it. Can't see what it is. 3/16. Oh, this is a Thorson. Cool. No name. Bonnie. No name. No name. All right, well, that's pretty much the end of this crap. This 1/4-inch stuff is all pretty much no-name stuff. 6mm. This is just a collection of junk the guy must have been putting together, or that's how he had his tools. I don't know. There's a Craftsman. And no name. It's mostly just no-name stuff here. He'd pick up something over the years and Japanese tools, and I picked up them myself when I worked in a dealership and when I was a kid, before I could get to a tool truck. That's what I had. And this is junk. This is Fleet. I've never seen a Fleet before. And this is a Pro Life or whatever that is, Pro Tech or. Junk. Junk. I think we're pretty much in complete junk here at this point. Yeah, I don't see anything but junk. All right, so that's all the sockets and stuff out of this thing. That's this small box. Is that. All right, what else do we have in here? These look like dies for something. I don't know what this is yet, but there's some sort of release, some sort of chuck thing. Is it? I mean, does it go? It looks like it might go into vise or something. I need to figure this out. I have no clue what this stuff is. None. Oh, those might be. I think I know what those might be. Uh-oh, more sockets. And this is Promate. Promate. Got a lot of sockets out of this whole thing, that's for sure. Junk. Junk. All right, this is a. Oh, this is just a little 1/4-inch driver. Probably pretty much junk, but we'll throw it in a good one so we can use that kind of stuff. Again, this is KD. KD is not a horrible brand. They're not great, but this is a 1/4-inch. This is for holding onto bit. This is a bit holder, and so we definitely want to keep that one in our good file because it's always good to have bit holders. And this is a Craftsman, and there's some other. This is an SK, and this is a Craftsman, and this is junk, and this is a Thorson. Good stuff. This is a junk. This is Craftsman. And this is generic junk. Even though it's made in USA, it doesn't matter. If they don't put a brand name on it, you pretty much know it's junk. It's just stuff that somebody, sells in a parts store or something like that. This is kind of cool. It's kind of a parts washer thing. I'm going to keep that. That's cool. Junk. Craftsman. Junk. Craftsman. Craftsman. Taiwan. Junk. Craftsman. So it looks like there's a couple sets going on in here, which I'll be able to sort out later. Junk. Junk. And the guy has a lot of little sockets in there, that's for sure. Junk. Craftsman. Craftsman aren't my favorite tools, but they are not bad tools. They're not, I mean, some of them I'll give away. And junk. Okay, so we got this little guy. That's about there. Okay, what do we got here? Hey, look, a Craftsman screwdriver. This is good pry bar. If nothing else, this is good stuff. I can live with that. Okay, and here's a jewel, a 16-inch SK Wing. I had noticed this in the box. I didn't look and see what it was. I wasn't sure what the brand, but that something like this could bring, if you were just selling on eBay, probably sell for 30, 40 bucks. So, that's kind of cool. What else do we have here? We got some socket rails this is a Craftsman. This is some Japanese junk. So we'll take the Craftsman off of here. And this is what? A Walden. No, I'm not sure what that is. And this is what? This is well, it's made in USA. Made in USA. Berber, I think. A Holden. Again, I don't know what this stuff is, but that's all right. Socket racks. Oh, here's another socket rack. We have Taiwan deep sockets, a Craftsman deep socket, this has got to be a Craftsman, another Craftsman, whatever, Craftsman. So it looks like he tried to put the Craftsman on the socket rails, Craftsman. And this is a Promate. And this is a Chrome Vanadium, whatever, junk. Okay, and this is a Taiwan. So, socket rail stuff, not my favorites. Okay, what do we have here? Well, we got some Mr. gaskets and bolts. I don't know what they're for, but we'll see. Alright, so now we got bunches of parts, and I do not know what this stuff is. Oh, look! We have a piston. A TRW piston. That's kind of cool. Well, maybe I can sell that on eBay. Brand new. Don't know what I'm going to do with that. But anyway, that looks like there's two of those. And what do we have in here? We have a whole bunch of other pieces in here. Could this be a connecting rod? No. Brand new push rods. These are going on eBay for sure. I don't have any use for them, but these are, that looks like a complete set. And there's a bunch of them in here. I mean, a whole bunch of sealed power ones. Strap. This box is full of nothing but push rods and pistons. That's pretty cool. So I'm gonna look up what that stuff is. And then we have some bearings here also. So in the small box, we've gotten these tools out of it, and there's about, I don't know how much push rods go for, but these are Speed Pro. We'll see what they are. I don't know if they're all the same number. They look like they are. No, they're whatever. So I gotta do some learning about eBay, and I will do that. Okay, here we go. Now we have another box of stuff, which we don't know about, and I don't know what this stuff is. Sealed power. TRW. I'm not sure what these are. I'm not a car guy, but obviously those are that, and it looks like there's a few of them in there. Oh, here's a main bearing set for I don't know what. So there could be some parts that are usable to sell. Somebody could use, but this is a complete, highly wrapped main bearing set, and I will look up what those are, and that'll be part of a new eBay listing. Cool. And it looks like all this stuff is just bearings, and again, Seal Power is bearing stuff, so I think that these guys are some sort of shim that goes in between something. These are more of those shims, whatever those are. I just don't know. If nothing else, I can use them for making stuff. I don't know. What is this? This is a different looking box. Oh yeah. Okay, these are valve spring caps. Interesting. And maybe somebody needs those. Get somebody a good deal on them. Alright, so that takes care of that. So, what do we have in here? Oh, wait a minute, we got some tools. Got a bunch of tools in here. Oh, we got a whole bunch more sockets and junk. Cool. Allen wrenches. So let's see what we got here. And there are Allen wrenches. This kind of a bunch of junk, but they're Allen wrenches nonetheless. I got more Allen wrenches than I can stand, but that's okay. Cool. We'll do something with that. I don't know what we'll do with it quite yet, but all right. Now, this looks like this is oh, okay. Let me get this. Got it upside down. The engine parts, and this looks like it's a oil pump of some form. It's an oil pump. I don't know what it is for, but it's an oil pump. Might be something I'm trying to figure out what it's for. It might not be worth even keeping around. We're just going to make something out of it. More parts. Okay, what do we have? Oh, we got more tools in here. Oh, look at this. This is, and this is cool. This is a letter punch set. And A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. The whole set is there. Oh, that's sweet. That is a worthwhile deal right there. Another one of these little gems that you find, and I can use that. I will use that. Okay, here we go. We have an old Sears compression tester. It's a little on the honky side, but it's made for Sears Roebuck, and it's an old one. And hey, that's kind of cool. I'll figure out, I've got Snap-on and Mac compression testers, but you never know. Throw this in a toolkit of some form. All right. A die holder with a die in it. And I've never seen it. It's got, oh yeah, this just doesn't have the pieces on it. But a die holder with a die in it. All right. A decent steering wheel, a steering wheel puller. I don't know, it probably doesn't have a brand on it or anything like that, but it is a steering wheel puller, and it's always good to have those. And this one seems to be in relatively good shape. Cool. What else do we got here? Oh. Another semi-bent Craftsman screwdriver. Well, that goes in the pile of that. Let's see what we got in here. We have some Harbor Freight Allen wrenches, which are, it looks complete though. That's cool, and it's metric, so it's cool to have extra that stuff. That's not bad. Put that over there. Oh, we got a whole bunch more stuff going on here. We've got a bunch of little files. That's sweet. I can use those, and they don't seem to be horrible quality. I mean, it doesn't. Well, they are horrible quality. There's some Japanese. I mean, not yet. There's some Chinese files, but they're files. That's cool. Not bad. Throw that in with those Allen wrenches. Let's see what else we got here. We have an impact driver with a broken tip. This is let's see if there's a name on it. It's made in USA. There's no name on it, but impact drivers are cool. This is cool to have. I've got a Snap-on and I've got an older one, but it's always good to have an extra one in, some other toolkit. That's sweet. What else do we have here? We have a set of sockets. I do not know the name brand on them yet. And these are Craftsman. This is a good set of Craftsman deep sockets. Looks like it might be missing one, but it's got the holder in it and it's really old. So that's sweet. That's a good set of sockets. Well, here we go. I got a whole bunch more socket stuff. I don't know. Let's see what this mystery is. Oh look, we have some Torx drivers. Cool. And it looks like the 3H driver that works them, and it looks like it's complete. A little dirty, but I'll clean that cookie up. That's nice. Will I use it? Well, I've got other Torx drivers, but we'll see. We'll put that there. And what do we have here? These are, oh, sweet, Snap-on. That's what there's one Snap-on socket in there. What is this? This is a I don't. Oh, this is a Blackhawk. That's a good socket. But we got one Snap-on, and this is fairly new. It's a new logo one, and it is 5.5 millimeter. That's a good one to have. Some of this is just junk at the moment, so I don't know what it is. But I'm going to put the Snap-on in the good pile. Whoops, no, it goes into the Snap-on stuff. And what are these? Oh, these are those Pro whatever. Cool. Okay, let's keep on going. we got a whole bunch of Taiwan junk. Pro Stuff, there might be one. Here's a Craftsman in there that's kind of been made into a set. I'm going to go through all of these and make sets and then maybe sell them or just give them away or do whatever. I don't know. Socket rail. Oh, look. I'm thinking that we may have hit a, yep, we hit a jackpot here. Snap-on. 7/8. I don't have any big 1/4 inch, 3/8 drive snap-on sockets, US sockets. Yep, right there, snap-on. I think this thing's only missing one, and it probably, oh, this isn't, well, what is this? Oh, this is some other, nope, it's a snap-on. And there's 2 Craftsmen stuck on the end of that, so we're going to take those out of there, but we'll put the snap-ons in the snap-on pile. And I think these are all snap-ons. Oh yeah. That's $100 worth of sockets right there. And those are gonna find a place in my regular toolbox. We got a little bit of rust on them, but I don't have any 6-point shallow 3/8 drive sockets. American. I've got metrics, but not that. So what do we have here? I think we got another snap-on. Yep. Another snap-on, 6-point 9/16. Yes, yes, yes. What do we have here? We have junk. Taiwan. This is some, oh, I see. Well, it might be junk, and it's KD, these are KD tools, but these are those weird head drivers. I do not have those. That is going in to be part of, I'll clean all this stuff up and make a good set out of it. That's a whole set all the way through. I can use those. I like having real sets that all match, but I'll live with that. So this is goes in my good pile. Well, we'll put this is put in the good pile. And what do we have here? Right tool. This is the right tool socket, and it's a square drive, whatever. I don't know what it is, but that's very cool to have. Again, more in my good pile. I think I'll get another small one for good tools. This is good stuff. We got some cool stuff going on here. Square drive. These are specialized tools. This is just a Craftsman socket. That's okay. And this is a spark plug socket of generic. It's a 5/8. You know, it's good to have. Craftsman. And this is another one of those out of this type of set. We're going to put these guys in here. Figure that out. Stuff we don't want to go away. This is just some socket rails. Craftsman. And these are Challenger. I've heard of that. They're not great. They're just junk tools. And again, another spark plug socket. And we do have some Torx drivers here, it looks like. So that's cool. We'll keep those. And these are driver bits that you might be using in that in the impact. Looks like a whole set of them actually. This is a right tool. Rights are okay. Here's another right. Here's another impact. Here's well. Junk. This is a Craftsman. And a screw. Let's see the little odds and ends. And here's another torque driver and another impact bit. Alright, another box. Let's step up. Another impact bit. Another torque impact. Cool. Alright, what do we got here? Uh-oh. We're getting down funky here. We got some wrenches and stuff. And this thing is either wedged in there or really heavy. No, it's just okay, let's see what we got in here. Another socket rail, which we don't care about. We have a New Britain. I've heard of those, and this is pipe fitting, for brake lines and whatnot. And I do not have any U.S. values. I've got metric, so this is a good one for me. What else do we have here? We've got professional. Well, we don't care about that. We're going to use this bond, these junk wrenches. When they say professional, usually it's a Challenger is okay. Oh look, a really good condition Craftsman screwdriver. Yet another one. That's neat. We got another Craftsman screwdriver. And yet another, a Phillips number 4. That's pretty cool. That's not a bad screwdriver to have floating around. And another Craftsman number 2. Been out in the weather. It says Reed Prince, but it says Craftsman on there. Okay, well, whatever that is. So we have another ratchet, a KD ratchet. Not terrible. And an old Craftsman ratchet. It's a 3/8. I've probably got 2 or 3 of those. And yet another Craftsman, but this one's almost brand new, so that'll get cleaned up, maybe sold. We'll see. A big Craftsman wrench, which I don't have many fractional pieces, so that's kind of good for me. We'll throw that in our wrench collection. What do we have here? This is a Craftsman. That's good. We'll put that in our good pile. This is a Craftsman 1/2 inch. I do not have a 1/2 inch universal, and this is brand new. This hasn't even been used. That's sweet. And we have another ratchet. Now this is a Champion. You can see it's just a piece of junk, but it's a ratchet. And what do we have here? We have some Craftsman Allen wrenches, which is not bad. It's not a bad thing to have. I'll show that now. And yet another flat blade Craftsman screwdriver. All right, he's really into flat blade screwdrivers. Okay, what else do we have in here? We have another Craftsman screwdriver. Oh, looky here. Snap-on 9/16. Yes. I've got one of these, but it never hurts to have more. You bet. This is a crew line, but it's also a fractional fitting wrench. So that is good to have. That's part of that's good stuff. I need those. And we have a Craftsman fitting wrench. And what is this? This is a Challenger, whatever. Figure that out. Another Craftsman wrench. We're going to have to go through those. This is a driver. Yeah, we'll see. A little teeny tiny master mechanic. Okay. This one's, this is a Proto. Here's a Proto wrench. That's kind of cool. And we have another Proto. And we have a Challenger. I wonder if Challenger and Proto are the same, because they really do. It looks like it's got some. It is. Oh, Challenger is Proto. That's where we go. Something familiar about that. And this is a Craftsman. Cool. And this is a Craftsman. That's a good. That's good. That's not bad stuff. It's not horrible by any means. We have another Craftsman wrench. So we got some Craftsman stuff. And this is some generic thing. And yet another generic. And here we go with a wrench, Proto, good stuff. Another Challenger Proto. Another Craftsman. This is a Craftsman, so we can keep hold of that. This is just a fitting, and this is a Craftsman. So we got we're getting a bunch of Craftsman tools out of this. I'm not a big fan, but what do you do? Let's see what else we got. Well, we got a tape measure, Stanley. Always have something like that. Well, we got some other stuff going on here. Got a box of Gatorade. I know where that came from. I've got some mechanics wire. Yeah, that's very useful to me. That's good stuff. It looks like this box. Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Snap-on. That thing is in rough shape, but you know what? I'm going to clean that cookie up, and that's going to be one of my new bench screwdrivers. That thing is beat to death, but we're going to make that. That's sweet stuff. Good deal. Okay, so now we got a Power Craft something or other. I'm going to have to come up with another box here, but there's some tools sitting in here. We've got a Craftsman socket sitting in there, which is stuck onto this ratchet. Oh, push. Got a release on it. Not stuck. That's good. It's kind of a cool ratchet. I don't know who it's made by, but that's kind of neat. So look at that. We'll see. And you had another Craftsman wrench. Got some sort of good. This is glow plug stuff. And this, I did see this at the top, and somebody's asking about it. This is a glow plug wrench. That's kind of cool. Just some old part. This is a gas filler, I think, and that's kind of neat to have. All right, and a pair of junky old pliers, so we'll put that on the junk plier side. This, if it's what I think it is, this is a ProTech, and I've got a ProTech. This is for RC cars, you know, battery charger. And my ProTech died. What's funny is this little trickle charger light in it. Well, what it does, it allows current to go through, and this that dies. So this is a pretty cool deal here. I don't know if I can use it, but you know, you never know. So this is all pretty much RC stuff, but there's a couple tools sitting in here. A couple half-inch extensions, and they are just this ProTech whatever they are. This has got a universal on it with a Taiwanese socket, but it's all taped up for something. Let's see what's underneath this thing. And there is some sort of generic universal, along with a generic extension and a Craftsman screwdriver. Oh, yeah, there we go. Not bad. So that particular box is just, this is some RC stuff and then some other junk in there, and these are mostly starters for glow plugs and whatnot. Alrighty, so we'll have to figure that one out. Put that in here for now, get it out of the way. Well, let's see where we go here. We got a rag. Uh-oh, we got some stuff in here. We have a giant size slide hammer, which I got, but it never hurts to have an extra one. But there's some stuff going on in here. There's some bigger tools going on in here. And let's see what we got. Well, we got some sockets, and we got a socket holder, which you never know what we need. This is Craftsman. This is a whole set of Craftsman 6-point American sockets. It looks like it might be missing a couple, but that's a whole set of Craftsman. This is a good set of sockets. That's not something to oh yeah, wait a minute. We got more coming this way. All right. Let's get the screwdrivers out of here. So we have some more Craftsman screwdrivers. Well, I'm running out of room here. I have to change that. We've got SK extension, which is good stuff, and a Craftsman small 1/2-inch extension. Good stuff. More good stuff. We've got a Craftsman, big Craftsman socket. Well, I'm running out of Craftsman stuff here. I may have to clean this up a little bit. This stuff goes in here. Okay, what do we have? Big stuff, Craftsman. Big Craftsman. Nice Craftsman 1/2-inch ratchet. Craftsman socket. 1/2-inch stuff. This is another 1/2-inch. That's some Powercraft extension. We'll figure out what to do with all that crap. What do we have here? Yet another Craftsman 1/2-inch ratchet. Another Craftsman big one. There's a whole set of big sockets in here is what it is. These are all Craftsman. This is a whole set of deep 12-point Craftsman sockets. This is a Stanley. This is Craftsman. Stanley, and you know, the Stanley's not bad. It's not nothing to jump up and down to get excited about, but throw that in there. Okay. And we got Craftsman. Cal something. 18mm, some generic thing. Another Craftsman. Craftsman. And Craftsman. And I think this is empty now, finally. Alright. So, continuing on. This is going to be a restoration project. This is a set of vice grips that's kind of rusted out, but they, you know, for welding and stuff, we're going to restore those cookies. We'll have a video on that one. Ah, yes. A good set of channel lock, a little rusty. This is going to be another restoration here. This is a nice, big, giant size set of channel locks, and these are channel lock brand, and these are in good shape. They just need to be restored, and we are going to restore those bad boys. That's sweet. Okay. And here's another good tool. I don't know who it's. Oh, this is wild. This is a brake tool, brake spring tool. And I've got a brake spring tool, but it's basically, you know, a smaller version of it. But this has got the pliers for, you know, pulling on springs and stuff. That's sweet. I needed one of those. That works for me. Here is a set of Blue Point pliers, and I do not know what these are for. These look like they have an insulator on. These could be like for like spark plugs, or it's just a soft jaw plier is what it is. Blue Point. I have another snap-on find. Sweet. Never hurts to have a good set of vice grips. That in our whatever. And one, two. And two more tape measures. Good find. What do we have here? We've got a set of HK Parker, but these are like mini bolt cutters. That is not the worst thing in the world to have. Let's see that's another restoration tool of some form. And what do we have here? This is a set of lineman pliers made by, oh, these are channel lock. They're just old and really, really well used. So these are going to be another restoration. We're going to have to do some tool restorations. And I'm going to pull out all the Craftsman. Okay, we got a 100-foot TRW tape measure. Good to have. Yet another Craftsman ratchet. So I got a lot of Craftsman ratchets there, that's for sure. And okay, we got a regular set of vice grips, and we have a set of Craftsman vice grips. These are junk. I have had these before, and they were just really trashy, but we got it. Could be, maybe somebody likes them. Another set of vice grips. So just, you know, always good to have vice grips. Okay, we have a 1/2-inch impact, which will, again, this is another restoration thingy. A set of Wiss metal shears, and they usually have handles on it. The handles look like they're gone, but we'll restore those, bring them back to life. We'll dump this, whatever. All right, we got. We'll just start grabbing some pliers here and see what we got. Okay, so to complement our big channel locks, we've got a set of small channel locks, and those are in good shape. We've got a set of Snap-on wire cutters. Those are going to get restored and kept, but that's an old set, and I'd like to see that. I'll bet you this is probably from the late 50s. Sweet. Snap-on. This is from cheap generic Westline thingy. And this is an SK. This is probably a kind of a trashy thing, but oh well, it's an SK. We have a little pair of pliers. This is made by Wild, and to believe it or not, I used to have a set of these that are gone, and now they are replaced. And these are actually pretty good pliers. They're stout. They really don't flex at all. It's a good little pair of pliers. That's goes in our good stuff. And this is some Steelcraft pair of pliers. All right. We got a Proto and a Craftsman. These are both decent quality. The Proto, the chrome's kind of coming off. The Craftsman, they're worn. They're just old. They're just well used. Put those there. What we have here are a big set of Thorson fractional wrenches, big ones. And it looks like a pretty complete set. I'm going to have to clean these up, and we'll probably eBay these bad boys. I don't have any real use for them, but we can do that. That's what we're doing. And this is part of that Craftsman set right here, it looks like. I'll put this, it just fell off the end. This is probably it's a 1/2 inch. Yeah, this one just fell off the end, so I'll put that on there. That's part of that set. Not bad. We'll probably find the other sockets in there. And then there's a whole bunch of just little wrenches here. And I'll sort through them real quick, and that'll be the end things. This is some sort of gourd 5/8 made in India. Well, that's your basic junk. The junk pile. We have another SK, which is an SK with SKs. This is some sort of junk. This is Mechanics Products junk. You can pretty much tell when they do that. Dayco, I've seen those. They're just still junk tools. And we have a Great Neck and an SK Wayne. So the SK Wayne is good, and the Great Neck is junk. So a scraper knife, no brand on it, but always good to have one of those. Not bad. And we've got another little set of pliers, and these are Protos. Hey, that's cool. We'll restore those and do what we're going to do with them. All right, well, that is... So, we have come to the end. So, we have come to the end of our little grab bag of tools, our little mystery there. We got some good tools out of it. Believe me, I got my $30 worth. I mean, even if it was all junk, the scrap metal's got to be worth 30 bucks. And I'm gonna start up an eBay store and do some stuff. I've been meaning to do it and I haven't. So there's a whole bunch of push rods, bearings, some other stuff. There's a whole bunch of tools that I'm gonna go on ahead and sell. There's a whole other few things that are just junk. Who knows? I'll just give them away to people or do what I need to do. But thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and like, and we will see you next time on Gearhead Geeks.